How you doing? Hello. I came here today. Well, first of all, I'm sorry. My name is Johnny G. And I came here today to kind of like pitch a story. So here we go. Colorado Dreamin. Fucking chair. Colorado Dreamin. Colorado Dreamin is a story about a guy who picked up everything and ditched the cheating whore he used to call a girlfriend and moved to Colorado due to a promise he made to himself that he will move to the very first place that legalized marijuana in the USA. Unfortunately, his girlfriend at one point felt the same but turned into a bigot some time ago. Jay. Jay is also a guy who was very thankful that it was summer and he had time to prepare for the winter. After selling his and his slutty girlfriend's old car for a beat up but very awesome big green van, he knew he had to get a job and save up somehow to get a place. Till then, he thought maybe he could just skim by just by living out of his van. When arriving into Colorado, Jay managed to get a nice place to chill out at, which was at a campground resort. The first night, Jay woke up to what he thought was a nightmare at first, but when realizing he was actually awake and smoking weed with a talking dog, he decided to say fuck it. Hanging out with a talking dog was probably one of the best things Jay had ever experienced. So basically, Colorado Dreamin' is a story about a real-life version of Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. Jay and DragonHeart, which was the name they made up for the talking dog, went on a series of solving crimes and helped crack cases for detectives at the police station, which helped him gain a very well income from the detectives department. Jay managed to go from living out of his van to renting out a really nice 2-bedroom house in the first week of living in Colorado. But the most important case, the most important, make sure the camera's doing. But the most important case, the most important thing that Jay and DragonHeart came to want to solve the most, after DragonHeart came to terms with realizing that he used to be a human being and had a wonderful life with his fiancée. Who was his fiancée? He doesn't know. The last thing he remembers is waking up at a dog shelter, so they start from there and end up on one of the most totally twisted adventures ever told. After solving a crapload of crimes and scary cases, they solve the biggest case of all and end up with some broken hearts, but in the end, DragonHeart decided to do what he thought was the best thing to do. Jay is also in the Heartbreak Hotel when coming to face that he might lose a very wonderful person that just recently appeared into his life, who helped him through a lot of hardship and pain, but was willing to go to the moon and back for what DragonHeart helped him out with and did for him. So what would you do, and how would you react to a random dog just walking right up to you and started talking, even asked for your help to try to figure out how they became a dog? That story lies here and is mixed with some Chinese magical essence as well. So please have an open mind. So basically, I thought of this story just through, like, I guess, I just wanted to make a Scooby-Doo story, really. And I've been wanting to go to Colorado for the longest time due to, the whole thing and just how open-minded everybody is out there and stuff. And plus maybe do a little bit of snowboarding, who knows. But, yeah, I would love to see this in a film version. I could see this as a comic book version, but I would love to see it as a film. And I just seen this movie recently called, I haven't seen this movie, but I saw bits and pieces of it, and it's called The Voices with Ryan Reynolds. And in this movie, they actually have a talking dog and a talking cat. And I thought that would have been perfect. You don't need that much special effects to have a dog talk. So I feel like there would be a lot more physical demands when it comes to special effects when a dog is moving around and stuff, because the dog is going to have a lot of human expressions and a lot of human kind of like reactions and stuff due to the fact that he used to be a human being at one point. So they go through this whole thing of trying to figure out who he used to be and where he came from and how he even became a dog. So there's like, with the mixture of loving Chinese food and always like eating out and stuff, but they ate a lot of Chinese food, and they came across a Chinese horoscope, which kind of, like basically the movie starts off with like a kind of like a pattern of just scattered fortune cookies throughout the whole entire, like you see like a wonderful sunset in the background, but then just like with some clouds and stuff, but then you just see like millions of fortune cookies just flying through the air, and even one up close that is just like spinning around. You can see the little paper thing hanging out of it and stuff. And the reason for that, and then it just starts off, like how this movie starts off is that you see all that. And maybe this one song is this song that goes, hey, me and dude, nearly any time, they come. Takes a woman like you to find the man in me. Whoa, what a wonderful feeling. Just you. This is how it goes. I can't really figure out. Anyways, it starts off like that, and then out of nowhere you just see this van go underneath this like Passover or this underbridge, and it's just showered by all these fortune cookies. And the dude is driving. He's like, "What the fuck was that?" Big ass green van with a little bit of rust on the top side. So he sees all this shit on this window, and he turns on his windshield wipers, and he sees what he thought was broken as fortune cookies with like the little paper thing, and he's like, "What the fuck, fortune cookies?" He's driving, he's looking around, he's like, whatever, and then he sees the Colorado sign. He's like, "Yeah, you are now entering Colorado." He pulls over, he sparks a joint, fucking takes a selfie. He's like, yeah, he gets back in his van and starts driving off, smoking a joint, blazing the radio. And like I said, I just have these visions, like, after you see all that and all the cuts and scenes and stuff like that, and then he gets into his story and how he explains where he came from and basically how he left the cheating whore he used to call a girlfriend. And I want just this scene of him driving down this long road on the side of a mountain with all these trees, the Colorado pine trees and shit. And, I want this kind of like pan along with the van, but then zoom in into the window, so you see his face kind of like just driving, and then you just see the story, him driving, he's like telling the story, like, see this, whatever. So he's driving, smoking, blazing radio, telling the story. Next thing you know, he's fucking looking down, he looks up, he sees he's like face to face with the semi truck, fucking spears off the fucking road, manages to gain control, thankfully. He's like, oh, okay, that was so scary. He puts out the fucking joint, turns off the radio. He's like, okay, gotta focus here. And the next thing he sees is this billboard that says campgrounds up ahead, vans are welcome, and shit like that. So, but I want to get to this one scene. I wanted to create some concept art for this, because once he gets to the campgrounds, he goes back and forth from the office, and back and forth from the office, he sees these group of dogs running around, but he sees one like on a stray, hanging out with the dogs, but not, playing with them and shit like that. And this really cool dog actually had a really cool like vest, excuse me, straight out of like Cheech and Chong. Chong had that really cool biker vest on with marijuana leaf. He looked just like that, but a dog version. So as he's going back and forth, then he finally gets the thing and he takes off in the van. And I want this scene where the van kind of goes off into the distance, but then you see the dog kind of come up from the bottom left corner of the screen, and kind of just like, you get this kind of like idea, like this dog was like, like sensed something in Jay. He sensed like, like you could tell like it wasn't, there was more to this story about this dog and his interest into Jay. So that's some interesting concept art I wanted to create. that, and then just I wanted to create a really cool, interesting art of just a big green van on the side of a river with smoke coming out of the top of it. You know, just really cool, like Scooby-Doo looking type shit. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys are interested, and hopefully if you guys are interested in maybe hearing the whole entire story, I just wrote the first draft. I have to go back and re-edit it, make it sound pretty, you know, and do a lot of spell checking, that's for sure. But if you guys are interested and want to maybe read it, I'm trying to see if I could get it published somehow. But like I said, I don't have the slightest clue on who to go to talk to about this stuff, because really, I'm really terrified of this material getting into the wrong hands and being stolen. And the fear I have is the fear I got from the movie, what was it? Gentlemen Broncos. If you ever seen the movie Gentlemen Broncos, it's definitely, it's like, Teeth for virgins. That movie Teeth. That's pretty trippy. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for your interest, and I really do appreciate it. If either way, if you're not interested, I understand. If you are interested, by all means, I really feel like, I don't know, it's weird to explain, because I feel like I was meant for more than just, an average person. I feel like I was meant to entertain people, but unfortunately I'm kind of a douchebag, I guess you could say, due to the fact that, I'm just maybe lazy too. I don't want to go to school. I really don't. I feel like that's the only way I'm going to be able to get my material out there, due to just knowing how to do it and how to get out there. But another thing too, I feel like if I maybe do this and somehow do get out there somehow, and I'm able to realize that maybe this isn't for me, then hey, I feel like maybe that's probably going to be the best thing, is to realize that, hey, maybe this is not for me. Maybe I need to get back to the old-fashioned 9-to-5er type of thing. So I'm hoping that that's not the case, and just hoping that maybe I'm dreaming too hard, but maybe my dreams were meant to come true. I'm just hoping that I would experience some sort of deja vu with this. But anyways, thank you for your time and interest, and hope to hear more of your interest into some of the other stories that I would love to do, because of the fact that I would love to be the next George Romero. But of course, like I said, I have to start a little soft, just to be, just get on everybody's good side. So thank you for your time, and love ya.